Peace to the family. And I just want to give a special rest in power to our brother Chadwick, man, who passed away way too early. And the reason why I embrace this brother is because despite his newly found disposition and his stock going incredibly higher than it was, he still took revolutionary roles that he didn't have to take. Because he makes so much money, he didn't have to take lesser pay, but he took roles in movies despite his newly found disposition. In light of his newly found success, he still went out his way to take roles that paid him lesser just because of the message and how it impacted his people. And I know personally that that brother is for his people. And so I cannot stress to you all enough the significance of holistic health, how integral a role math plays when it comes to our health. So I'm grief-stricken by this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm feeling it. And all I can suggest, I got a lot of things I would love to suggest to y'all, but some of the things I would suggest is to get a hair mineral analysis, a C-reactive protein test, a lipids test, a testosterone test, an estrogen test, a CT scan, a Viome test to check your flora and see what kind of good and bad colonies of bacteria that you have been feeding. You know, I just want us to do better, man. Get a food sensitivities test. And the reason why I say these things, because I could tell you some foods in general are good for you. Like I tell you avocado is great. I could tell you kale is amazing, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean it's amazing for you. So you need to find out your food sensitivity so we can cater to your specific interests and needs. Ultimately, when I met my mother, I had 7 days with her and she died. I was too ignorant to even know better than to work with her to go get her chemotherapy. When I met her, she was sick. I didn't even know I was walking into meeting my mother at 17 and seeing she was sick. And she died 7 days later. And it always haunted me since then, whereby I say to myself, I never want to lose people prematurely in my life. So when I'm in the house, I'm like a health nut, because I don't want to spend my last years worried about the consequences of what my family has been doing based on their food consumption, whereby I have to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna spend the rest of my years seeing you go out slowly in pain. Our children shouldn't have to see us dying in that manner. We have to do better for our children, and we have legacies to fulfill, and we don't need to be the reason why we are going prematurely. We already got police brutality taking us out prematurely. We don't need what we eat to take us out prematurely. So I say this with concern, and I say this with a heavy heart, because that brother has so much to offer the world, and he has given us so much that I'm grateful to that brother for his contributions and his artistry. Because there's several ways to teach. There's different levels to it. And that brother was a teacher at the highest level through his art. So that's what I want to say to you guys, man. I'm feeling it. And anybody who has a heart and anybody who cares about the upliftment of our people must feel the impact of this one. This one hit different. And therefore, one of the best things we can take from it is to make a more concerted effort to eat better. You know, drink better. And to be a bit more aggressive with our brothers and sisters, our friends, our family, well-wishers, advocacy, our community. Let's make a more concerted effort, whether our friends, family, advocacy likes it or not. Let's do our best to appeal to their emotions, but at the same rate, let's give them that hard truth. We got to make a change. With all the other forces and adversity that we're confronted with day to day, what we do have the power to put into our hands is our health for the most part. So have that sit down with your mother. Some of you still have one. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Have that sit down with your moms. Have that sit down with your pops. Don't just see them wither away. Don't watch them smoke another damn cigarette. Peace and love to y'all, man. Peace and love. They say health is wealth. I always say wealth is health. I'm too smart to be broke.